Hi guys, so today we're having a look at this double up liquid shadow from Revolution. I've got the shade Subliminal. It's got purple shade in it, of course I got that one. So it is £6 and doesn't tell you how much product you get. I thought they had to. Anyway, bizarrely I can't find this on the Revolution website, so we've got to take all of our information from Boots or Superdrug, who I believe also don't have the measurements on there. Oh, they have actual measurements as in height to width to depth to, which would make this a cube, which it's not, so that's rubbish. Anyway, so I'm a little bit confused about the descriptions of these. I'm sure Revolution used to do like double-ended liquid shadows before, and I kind of wonder if they've like, I don't know, just kind of reused it. Anyway, reused their description. So it says, double up your eye game with Revolution Double Up Liquid Shadows, a mix of matte and metallic shadows that can be used as a topper, a glistening base, or on their own. They're not matte. But I've had a look through, and I think there's like two shades that have a matte half. Anyway, this is described as a purple shimmer and white iridescent with a soft purple shift. I cannot find the purple shift in this for the life of me, but you know, that's just by the by. So this is a picture of all the shades. I kind of wish I'd got that green one. So yeah, in terms of mattes, there's a brown and I think a peachy, pinky tone. But anyway, I have used this today. We've got a little application section and we're going to do a wear test and we'll see how it goes. By the way, I turned my lights down because I was trying to get the name visible in this, and I'm trying to decide what I like better because my lights were like up full for the application section, so if you want to vote, let me know down below. Right, let's get this on so that I can get liner on and look less washed out. My brows look really heavy. I'm hoping that they look less heavy once there's eyeliner on to balance it out. I normally do things the other way around. I'm so intrigued to get into this because it just looks like lip gloss. But things are still kind of slightly restricted and there's no testers anymore. But look, how much does that consistency look like a lip gloss rather than an eyeshadow? Anyway, I'm going to put the purpley shade on my lid. We'll try the white one as an inner corner highlight. Oh! Look how purple that looks. The pigment's obviously been seeping into the applicator because I don't think they've made different coloured applicators for different shadows. Wow, there's some intense pigment in this somewhere. And let's see. Okay. Nice, pigmented, smooth. It's not got any like chunky glitters in it, that's quite nice. I've got a little synthetic brush here so that I can tap this around and shape it. Okay, I definitely think it should be tapped rather than swiped because I had a little sheer patch for a second. Still got a little bit sheerer. That's much nicer than I was expecting. Wow, honestly wouldn't have been 100% shocked if I had took this out and it was one of those weird eye gloss things that look nice and cool for like 5 minutes while you're doing a picture and then your makeup's jacked. But no, this is genuinely just a straight up liquidy cream shadow that just happens to look almost jelly gloss like in the packet. I'm just going to try and flip my brush to drag some of that powder in to soften that up. Okay, wow, that's really pretty. let's have a look at the white one. It is just a straight white frost. There's no like duochrome or anything to it. This does look almost more glossy. Look, the kind of stretchiness. That to me is not normal with a... That's weird. Anyway. We'll trust now. Had a bit of sleep in my eye and it caught. Okay. This definitely feels more like gloss. I'm going to swatch these side by side in my hand to see if we can see that kind of difference in texture. And feel it as well. Like, I know I should be able to feel it on my eye, but I think I can... No, they've got the same kind of weirdly oily, balmy gloss. Oh, that looks way more purple on my hand than it does on my eyes. Okay. It's weird. The white does still look a bit sheerer and more glossy, and it feels much stickier to the touch. So that's weird. Very strange. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go and put some eyeliner on, mascara, all that jazz. But for the wear test purposes, it is 11:15 just now. We'll see how this holds up. I'm gonna go and wash my hands before I accidentally touch something. Right, check-in time. It is 20 to 3. Oh, Pinterest. 20 to 3 and a little peek of Flynn's face. So let's have a little mini chat about this. So I do actually have things to say this early on. So the purple, very pretty, like it, right? I've got maybe the tiniest bit of creasing showing, but mainly on this inner corner, and I don't know if you can see that, it looks kind of like oily and it is sticky. And this side is still sticky, so I swear to God, the white half of this is like a gloss. I don't understand. I think what I want to do is wipe it off. Like, look how broken down my foundation and everything is from that. Actually, I'm going to use a clean end. Like, that just, yeah. So I'm going to do a quick touch up where that purple had creased. Where's that brush I was using? I had an eyeshadow brush, there it is. Because I genuinely think creasing may have been caused by the weird white glossy textured thing. So, just going to take this back to my inner corner, tap it out with the brush. I'm going to have to touch up my concealer and stuff now because it came off when I was removing that white as an inner corner. I think I've still left some of the greasy sticky stuff on. Can you see that, how my skin's kind of like sticking to my finger there? That is not a pleasant eye makeup texture, let's just say that. And I feel like I had to put less on this side, and it hasn't. Put less of the white on this side, and it hasn't creased the same. So, you know, let's go with that. Because actually I would say this has creased less on me than cream shadows normally do. So potentially without this half, it could be really nice. So, we'll need to see how it continues to wear. But at the moment, this half, no thank you. Do not want it, don't understand it, not pleasant. But this side is pretty and seems to be wearing quite well. So, I'm intrigued. We will continue and see what happens. Just back for a super quick check-in. I'm just in from the park with Flynn. Just try to look very glamorous with the hair. I've got a tiny bit of creasing on this eye. Just wanted to check in and timestamp for that. So it is Oops. It is almost 6:30, so I'm off skate, out for dinner, cinema, and we'll see how this is at the very end of my day. Right, I'm back. So it is 10 to 12, whoops, which, if you're wondering, is why this video is going to be slightly late going up. I've lost track of the days because I'm not working, so bear with me. Anyway, so the eyeshadow, the purple half of it anyway, is still holding up pretty darn good. We've still got that tiny crease there. I'm wondering whether I didn't catch all of the white gloopy end when I was doing that touch up, because I do think it's weird. It's got that one tiny crease that hasn't got any worse, and this eye is totally fine. So I genuinely think this was the cause of the creasing. If you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I have very little luck with cream shadows. I'm going to zoom out a bit further. So the fact that this side is uncreased is insanely impressive to me. I'm a bit frustrated that this is a significantly different formula. I've been trying to find out how much product is in this. I've got a feeling there should have been an information sticker on one of these ends, and there isn't. I've had a look through the internet. There's been other Revolution products in similar packaging to these, which also doesn't have, like a size or a quantity listed on it. I did find one Amazon seller that listed something in a very, I would say identical, but can't see them side by side, packaging that they listed as 4.4 millilitres. I have looked around and I've got this product from Revolution, which is 2.2 millilitres, and I would say it looks a little bit smaller, but this one might just not be as full. So I think that 4.4 mil, somewhere around the 5 mil mark is probably accurate for how much product you're getting in this. There's not product kind of all the way up there, so I'm actually pretty convinced that there's about 2.2 mils in each end. So bearing in mind that I dislike this one, how do I feel about £6 for 2.2 mils of product? I'm actually still okay with it. I really wish that both ends were the same formula, because this is obviously quite bulky to store if I'm only going to enjoy half of it. I'm tempted to have a look at the other colours to see if it's the same, because it just seems utterly bizarre to have one that's basically an eye gloss and one that isn't. I'm still looking, by the way, for those that purple iridescence that it advertises as being in this white side. Maybe I just got a completely duff one, but I don't think so. But do you guys see any kind of purple reflex, in that? I mean, it looks pretty, but it's white. It's pure white. There's nothing to it. If anybody's wondering, I've got like a wee flat skin taggy thing here. That's not something funny with the eyeshadow. That's something funny with me. So is this even going to dry actually? I wish I'd put this on at the beginning of doing this. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and pottered around playing a game on my phone for a wee minute or two, basically longer than I'd be patient enough to wait for an eyeshadow to dry, and infinitely longer than I waited for this one to dry. I mean, just for weird comparison, right? So I've got the white one there. You can probably see that it's still wet. I'm going to put this purple formula quite thick beside it, but I'm still convinced it's going to dry faster. So yeah, they just look a completely different texture. Okay, so that's probably not even been 30 seconds, but you can already see that the thin end of this is starting to dry. And like if I touch it, yeah, there's not really anything coming off, whereas this is still wet. And it's probably had 3 times as long to dry. So the really, really thick bits of this, yeah, they're still drying. So if you want to build this colour up, do it in layers. Yeah, I feel really weird recommending this given I hate half of it. But this purple end is really, really pretty. It's a formula that lasted on me when other liquid eyeshadows don't. Hopefully there's very few in the range that have that consistency. It's weird, the fact that there's different ones. There's ones that have a matte end and a shimmer end. There's ones of these 2 shimmer or a shimmer and a gloss. It's going to be very hard without having the full range, which I don't really have the money to go out and buy. And also I would never really have to expect to buy all the colours of one product to test the different products within the product. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like there should be consistency, that they should all be the same. I don't know. It's just a very weird launch. Even weirder that it's not on the Revolution website. I wish there had been testers in store, because I genuinely think I would have steered clear purely because of this whole weird gloss situation. So like, I've got it in my hand. Oh, I've not got any tights on or leggings on. I can wipe it on my leg. I'm just going to bed anyway. But yeah, so now like the thicker areas on this are drying as well. Or this is still, you know, like look, I can rub at this, it's fine. I can rub at this and it's a big gloopy mess. I need to stop rambling about this. Make up your own minds about it. I will continue to enjoy the purple one because I have it. I'm tempted to buy the green one because it looks pretty, just to see if it has the same problem. But yeah, I'm not going to recommend it to everybody. I don't actually think it's a good way to spend your money on a product if you're only going to be able to enjoy half of it. If you've got any questions, leave them down below and I will get back to you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.